Good evening. I hope everybody's having a great weekend this weekend. Wanted to jump on here real quick. We had a chance to go live and talk with one of our clients currently, Lorenzo Thompson, wide receiver from Hampton University. Took some time out tonight to join us. Lorenzo, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Shannon. How about yourself?
Man, I can't complain too much. I appreciate the patience, and I know we've been playing tag, and I know it took a few minutes to kind of do some troubleshooting here, but I appreciate you taking your time out of your Saturday night to sit here and talk with us a little bit. Um, Lorenzo, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where you played your high school ball, your college ball. Tell us, kind of take us through your journey. Your timeline, where all you've been. If you went JUCO and then you moved up. Kind of let everybody know a little bit about yourself.
Got you. All right. So, born and raised from Baltimore, Maryland. Went to Kenwood High School. Graduated 2014. Took a year off because I was only a buck 80 soaking wet. So I wanted to get my weight up. Went JUCO route. Went to Dodge City. That's played in the Jayhawk Conference. Redshirted there, and then that's when they had the out of state rule as far as players, and so I got caught in the whole whips to that. So then I transferred to Saddleback in California, played my sophomore year, transferred to Hampton, started my junior year as a walk on, and so forth. So yeah, that's about it.
So tell us a little bit about the JUCO route and what was your experience like at the various JUCOs that you were at. Um, just kind of talk to us a little bit about that.
All right, so I'm pretty sure everyone has heard the verses that the Kansas JUCOs and Cali JUCOs. With me, I experienced both. So going being in Dodge City, it's not for the weak. I tell you that. Playing like going against people in that JR conference, you going against SEC caliber players every single day. Practice is game days. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to elevate your game every single day at practice because in film study, he knows your move before you even make it. So you got to come with a counteract right there. Um, um, the comparison, I like the only thing I could really compare it to. I mean, the housing situation in Kansas, we had dorms. In California, we had to house ourselves. Other than that, that's the only comparison. Competition wise, Dodge City, Kansas got that in the bag. Like, truth be told, my athletic ability went here. You know what I'm saying? And Dodge. You know what I'm saying? Every single day, and practice and saddleback was easy. I was literally doing the simplest releases and getting open. That's just truth be told.
Yeah, the Kansas and Mississippi JUCO, you know, I guess you would say arena, so to speak. Uh, that is, of course, the most, I guess you would say the superior of all the JUCO
Yep.
uh, divisions, conferences, things of that nature. Those are mostly schools that tend to deal with kickbacks from the SEC or the
Yep.
Big Ten or the Pac-12 or whatever.
Everybody.
A lot of times, those are guys that are trying to rehabilitate their careers. Fix something fundamentally, technique wise, whatever it is. Maybe they just need more film and more playing time.
Yeah.
But those tend to be the most superior. Of course, the most famous being, like East Mississippi. I personally have helped a couple kids get out to Independence out there in East.
don't get me started with independence, man.
I sent a couple of kids out there during season 3 of Last Chance U.
Look, independence wasn't independence when I was at Dodge. Okay, just I'm gonna just say that we called them our bye week.
Well, I had a chance to get to know Coach Brown, Coach Jason Martin, who's the head coach now, who at the time was the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Um, got to build a relationship with him. Coach Kayashi Harris. I believe is now at Boise State, who
Hmm.
was the O line coach at the time. So I had a chance to get to know some people and had a
Did
chance
you
to.
ever talk to Kurt Langren?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, he was at Dodge City when I was there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I sent a couple kids over there from North Carolina.
Okay.
Actually, two receivers, as a matter of fact. And they were only there for 1 year during season three. And I had a chance. I've had chances in the past to interact with Coffeyville Community College out there in Kansas. I've had a chance to interact with Dodge City.
That's a
Um,
hey. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm sorry to cut you off, Shannon, but
yeah,
I'm just going off the cats who I played, who I seen play, like Cedric Wilson, like Coffeyville. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
Riley Ferguson, Coffeyville. Mike Hughes,
yep.
Garden City. You know what I'm saying? I don't play. Got played against all of them.
Riley Ferguson ended up at Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. He was a QB there for a little bit.
Is that
Um,
is that where he's at?
he was. I don't think he's there now, but he was there for a short time.
Yeah, and then I
Um,
thought he went to Memphis,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
I don't
He
know.
ended up over there after Tennessee.
Yeah,
And so I remember his name specifically, but I've had a chance to interact with those guys, but like I said, if you've ever seen Last Chance you kind of see that it's a different world in Mississippi and Kansas when it comes to junior college football. That's
I
pretty
lived
much
it.
the epitome of
Yeah, I
junior
lived
college.
it,
You know, that's what they do for a living over there. That's what
and
they
that's
make their
it,
living off of.
and
You
that
know,
is it.
rehabilitating football careers and winning championships at the JUCO level. And
Yeah.
um, so how did you end up at Hampton? Tell us about that. How did that come about from your Dodge City time? Um, how did you end up on their radar? Was it through you, through coaches? What exactly happened there?
I ended up at Hampton strictly through myself. Um, Coming when I went to California, Saddleback. I don't know what it was as far as I'm just going to say favoritism, but it's like after the season ended, it's like they cut all ties with me. I feel like personally, like they didn't help me with my recruiting process, none of it. Like I had a list of schools I was interested in, Power Five schools, and then I had all my FCS schools lined up. And every single FCS school, I told myself if I wasn't going Power Five, I was going to go to a D1AA HBCU, and I was going to make that a priority. So took matters into my own hands. I emailed all the HBCUs that I had on my list, and receiver coach at the time, Coach Bobby Blizzard, emailed me back one day out of the blue. One thing led to another. They didn't have money at the time. I just said I just need the opportunity, coach. I said I'll come out. I told him personally over the phone. I said I just need the opportunity. I'll start, and that's exactly what I did. Came in there,
Wow.
started a few games. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying. Go through the season, get little nicks and bruises in here, and you know what I'm saying here and there. I had a little back spasm, but that was about it.
Yeah, you look at your stat line. Your stat line, uh, you know, would basically say to other coaches and scouts that you were probably, underutilized while you were at Hampton. Was
Absolutely.
that based on injuries? Was that based on academic situations? Was that based on just maybe a lack of knowledge of the playbook at that point, transitioning in? Like what kind of
Well,
happened with that?
I would say that now, like my junior year, I came in. You know what I'm saying? Playbook didn't change my senior year. Junior year was perfectly fine. We had a brand new coaching staff my senior year, and that's what started. Not say I wouldn't say started it, but I also went through something personal going in Valentine's Day of 2020.
Okay,
So,
I
you know what I'm
got you.
saying? That started a long road of depression 2020
I
and
got
led
you.
into football. Like I was plus 15. They wanted me to get to 203, and I was at 200. Like I was pushing basically, you know what I'm saying, that line. to where I was so locked in on trying to get to that weight that I wasn't physically malnourished. Like I wasn't nourished body wise, you know what I'm saying? To where I took creatine and I wasn't hydrated enough. My body seized up on me,
Oh
and
man.
that started that from that point on. That was the start of my depression. Boom. I had to sit out all the spring, come back, you know what I'm saying, do the whole 6 month sitting out period. You know what I'm saying? Did all the tests, everything came back negative. Still to this day, they don't know what caused it. I know what caused it, the creatine and malnourishment, because I was going through depression at the same time. I wasn't taking care of my body. Now looking back at the situation, I let my depression take the best of me. You know what I'm saying? I was just, my mind was gone. Like I didn't know how to react to me in that situation, trying to get back to that person I was, and at the same time, losing somewhat the game that I loved playing. Like I never had a game of football taken away from me. The way that it did my senior year was
So
like, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. I was gonna ask a question, but go ahead.
But yeah, like that happened, and then I got pulled into the coaching room, and I was told, I was like, okay, we're gonna use you like Robert Wood, so like be ready come fall camp. Fall camp comes around, I have a doctor's appointment. Go to my doctor's appointment. Doctor says, all right, we're gonna add additional 15 more days for you to sit out. So my first day full pads was the first week of it was the first week of the season. So that led on to that, and then I just basically, you know what I'm saying. Long story short, I've been overlooked my whole college career.
I
I
got you.
should say
You
that.
you've had some ups and downs like a lot of athletes. You've had
Yeah,
some medical issues. You've had some obviously some personal issues or personal demons to kind of deal with. That's
yeah.
that's not unheard of. You're not the only person that does that or experiences those things. My question for you was, in interviews like this, sometimes an athlete will make a statement that kind of throws a curveball or takes us, a left turn or a right turn going down the road here. And so something you said kind of triggered something I wanted to ask you about. You talked about taking creatine and obviously you didn't, take care of yourself with your diet or hydration or whatever
Yeah.
that caused some issues with you.
Mhm.
If there's some athletes out there that are listening or watching this interview right now, what advice do you maybe have for them when it comes to taking supplements and knowing how to take those supplements and dealing with your diet in conjunction with that as far as hydration is concerned, your daily diet, things of that nature? What would you say to them if they're watching right now?
Well, one thing is very important is hydration. Hydration is number one thing. You gotta stay hydrated. You gotta drink 75% of your body fluid. You know what I'm saying? Always, like with me now, ever since that situation happened, I carry a bit. I don't have it with me right now, but I carry a big jug of water. You know what I'm saying? I got a water bottle next to me right now, and
Yeah.
just like I don't even take no pre-workout supplements, nothing. Like it's everything's organic. It's you know what I'm saying? I wake up, go to the gym, work out, protein shake. That's it. No creatine, no nothing. There's nothing wrong with going natural at all. If you creatine, that's for the bodybuilders. If you want to do that, stay over there. You know what I'm saying? But as us as professional athletes and football players, being natural, you know what I'm saying, and just eating all organic food and taking care of your body, that's the best bet. You know what I'm saying? You'll go a long way being going natural instead of doing all the artificial creatines, pre-workouts, all that. No, that's not it.
Did did the strength and conditioning coaches at Hampton know that you were taking creatine? I'm just curious, and if
Well,
so,
no,
did
not
they
necessarily. Like
did
it
they
was
mentor you or guide you as to, hey, do this or drink this amount of water, or okay,
no,
don't overdo this, or
no, it was more like it was like a personal, like I
personal
did,
decision?
yeah, the personal decision, because I was so focused on, okay, like all right, I'm at my Division 1 now. You know what I'm saying? They want me to get to a certain weight, so I'm gonna lock in on trying to get to that certain weight. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I was still battling depression and not eating. You know what I'm saying? I would eat once or twice a day, not even if that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. Like you can tell, like if there's a picture, you could tell from my junior year, and then you could see a picture of me on the field from my senior year, and you could tell there's tremendous weight difference.
Right.
Like you see, I have a gut my junior year. You see skin and bones my senior year. So if you could tell, if you had the eye, you could tell something didn't match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something didn't go. You know what I'm saying? As planned.
Because your body structure went from one end of the spectrum to the other. You were either kind of a gut and potentially overweight, so to speak, or you were
Yep.
skin and bones and looked like you were kind of underweight.
Yeah. And then going back to me, the doctor saying I had to set out an additional 15 days. I came back. I came back to camp in the best shape I ever been in, to where I'm running 75% on my routes, and I have a 5 yard separation.
Wow.
That's how dedicated I'm. And I still do the same workout regimen till this day. It's just now I'm competing with cats that's in the league. Like it's a list. Like for instance, worked out Pat Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Sean Elliott, Sam Ellinger, Shane Buechele, Malik Jefferson, Chris Boyd. List goes on. You know what I'm saying? Just learning to, you know what I'm saying, to pick their minds. I understand why Pat's the way he is. He's a, you know what I'm saying? You say one thing, he'll like daydream for a second, but it's like a daze, and he knows what, you know what I'm saying? He goes right to his, all right, I got it now. Boom. Gets it done. Sam's the same way, you know what I'm saying? And then just talking to defensive minded people, you know what I'm saying? Like I play offense, you know what I'm saying? It's different, you know what I'm saying? Had running backs, Michael Hasty, who else? Travis Huntley. Yeah. It's a lot of guys that come through APEC where I train at, and just competing with those guys. Oh yeah, Trinity Benson's another one. Like competing with those guys and just depicting their brains. It's helped me elevate not only as a man but as a professional athlete as well.
You know, so it's basically safe to say that, unfortunately, because of the ups and downs you experience, basically what you're competing with is guys that you competed with on the field, and you've competed with training environments, that you're as good as or better, but you just don't have maybe the production, i.e., the stats, the awards and honors on your resume right now,
the resources, stuff like that.
To say, to basically say, hey, I'm equivalent to them or better than them, and that, again, that's what we do here at Hidden Gems. We focus on guys like you, trying to get you in the positions to build your resume and to guide you and help you continue to climb that ladder from one step to the next step, basically. Kind of going back to the whole supplement thing, I just want to kind of real quick touch on that one last time. Do you recommend to athletes that they take supplements without mentoring and guidance, or do you recommend that they have somebody to guide them, to mentor them, to basically explain to them what these things are and what the process is in utilizing those things?
Yeah, absolutely. You need to do your research and ask someone of a higher stature who knows about this, you know what I'm saying, about the proteins or whatever supplements that you're taking. You know what I mean? Especially the world that we live in now.
Yeah.
You got certain, you know what I'm saying, things mixed with certain things. You don't know what you're taking. You know what I'm saying? So be careful, you know what I'm saying, but also do your research and ask. It does, you know what I'm saying? There's never a dumb question. You know what I'm saying? Ask, what's this for? What does this do? You know what I mean? Because you don't want to take something that you don't know how your body's going to react to. You know, like for instance, like I'm not going, like professional athlete, I don't like. I mean, I don't know, but like for instance, if there's a few people who has higher stature of a professional athletes who took a pill, simple pill that was laced with something, and now it
Yep.
ended up being the last pill they ever took in their life.
Yep.
Like that right there should tell you, be like, read and make sure you know what you're taking before you take it and how your body may or may not react to it.
Absolutely. They're athletes, and you read about it every day that took protein or creatine or this or that or body fat burners or whatever, and it had some chemical in it that made them pop on a drug test with their professional sports league,
That's
NBA, Major League Baseball, whatever it is, and you hear it all the time. They go, "Well, I didn't know. I
mhm.
didn't know it had that in it. I didn't think I was gonna pop."
Yep.
That goes back to what you said, doing your homework and research and knowing what those things have in them. And is it something that's on a banned list, from the NFL or the NBA or whatever?
Mhm.
Because it can result in a suspension and potentially a career ending based on a quote unquote use of an illegal banned substance,
Yep.
basically.
I remember talking to one of the baseball guys in the APEC. That happened to him. Like it wasn't on. It was just like a certain type of supplement, like just like a recovery supplement,
Yep.
and it had a certain type of chemical in it that is a banned substance for the Major League Baseball. Got
Got to
fined, and
Yep.
got suspended a certain amount of games.
Yep. That hinders your career when those things happen. You sit out 15 games. Well, guess what? That's 15 games of stats and awards and honors that you could have potentially racked up.
Yep,
That's lost.
and it's crazy how you said that because it kind of relates going back to my situation. I had to sit out 15 days. That was 15 days of film, not what I'm saying, of the training, the hard work and dedication that I put in the off season wasn't able to be shown throughout the 15 days.
Exactly, and that hurts a resume in a hurry.
Yeah,
But kind of moving on. Watching your film. You're an outside receiver. Of course, you stand about what, 6'3", roughly 200 pounds, 205, somewhere in there.
195.
Um,
I would say game weight 195.
okay. So you're an outside receiver based on height, the height weight matchups that DCs and OCs like to have in front of them in the chess match.
On paper, yes. On paper, yes.
Yeah, on paper with the chess match,
Yeah.
you're an outside guy. Have you played slot?
Yes.
Or do you prefer being in the slot? Do you prefer being outside?
I actually prefer being inside because it shows my versatility, what I can do route running. I love running routes, and I love making people look stupid while I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like, but
Yep.
I'm not a one dimensional type of receiver. You know what I mean? Like, I'll put my hand in the dirt and come downhill and motion or whatever and knock that the end on his butt. You know what I mean? Like, I've been playing this game of football for a very long time, since I was 4. I know the ins and outs. I played every single position on the field. I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a team player, like, you know what I'm saying? I lead by example. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's me being in the slot is able for me to open my game, to open my brain to where I can depict on what I'm looking at. Like, from the
Hmm.
outside perspective, I know, all right, I got to read the triangle. I got to see if the safety is +2 or -2, the bet, and that right there dictates on what type of coverage I'm looking at. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So now I want to be able to, like, from the inside, go to the opposite backer and read him and see what's going on there to dictate. Say I got a crossing route. If he's there, I got to sit on that hash. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If not, I got to run away.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, I want to be able to get that part down more. Like, I got it down, but I want to see it more live. You know what I'm saying? I want it on the fly to where
Absolutely.
everything, like, everything's second nature. You know what I mean? Like, on the outside, everything's already second nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've been playing outside since I started playing receiver. You know what I mean? It's only a few things that you can do from the outside. You know what I'm saying?
we see, I saw it on your film, the versatility. One, you can play on the outside, like you said. You like to be inside in the slot and play. I saw you playing special teams. You seem like a guy that's selfless for one. You don't
Yeah.
mind playing special teams, and you seem to take a certain pride in that. You
Yeah.
see you,
Yeah.
blocking kicks, making tackles on bad snaps, different things of that nature. Um, what what is it about being versatile and playing special teams that tends to excite you? Why do you get so amped up about playing special teams and contributing in other ways other than just catching a ball?
Right. So let me start by saying this. I didn't play special teams. Only special teams I did in JUCO was kick return, punt return. Other than that, that was it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't. I fell in love with special teams my junior year. My special teams coach Mike Buscemi, he would coach at UCF when they were undefeated. He made me fall in love with special teams. Just like flying down 0 to 100, you get to knock somebody's head off. You know what I mean? And then
Yep.
he was also like a mentor as far as someone I could vent to because like he knew my situation. You know what I mean? So like, and he was also when I came to one of the few coaches that was on my right in the hospital bed. You know what I'm saying? So that connection will forever, you know what I'm saying, will forever be there. But like, it's just a different aspect of the game, these special teams. You know what I'm saying? That could change a game, momentum shift right there. You know what I'm saying? And then you go like you stay in as far as like blocking kicks. You know what I'm saying? That whatchamacallit, the Presbyterian one.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you this now. Coach Mike Buscemi, he's like, this is the first time I ever gave a plus and a minus to anybody for a game.
Wow.
Because like that was my senior. It was towards the going like the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? I was barely saw the field on offense.
that
Like you gotta do what
coaches
you
don't
gotta
get
do.
mad about that.
Yeah.
When you make a smart play, hey, we look like geniuses and everything's okay. Now, if that would have gone the other way,
Oh yeah, I would have got
probably
chewed
would
out.
be a conversation.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I saw something that I saw something that I seen. So like it was basically the person. It was a depth chart move. You know what I'm saying? So the person who was originally there wasn't there. It was a backup receiver, and he was sitting there asking questions like who. I said boom. Told my L3 to move over to the left a little bit. I said, bro, take him. Took off and blocked that thing.
That means that obviously states that you tend to be a student of the game. You study film, you study tendencies and habits. You've obviously paid attention to rosters. You know who's out there and who's not, who should have been there, who shouldn't have been there, and you obviously took advantage of something that you saw and you knew, like you said. It turns out to be a big play. When you came back to the sidelines, what did your special teams coach have to say? What
I
was the
mean,
look on his face? What was his reaction to the fact that, hey, that's not what I told you to do, but oh, by the way.
I mean, to be honest, like as of right now, I don't remember because it was like such a blurred in, like because it just happened. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna call my number and just go for it. If it like, you know what I'm saying? And thank the Lord that it came out my way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But after the game, he came up to me. He's like, don't do that again. Don't make me look like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm sorry. I told him, I said, I'm sorry, coach, but you know my situation. I had to make something I had to make my, you know what I'm saying? I had to get my name out there or something. Like,
Yeah.
you feel me? To where like now if a professional scout GM sees I got 2 block kicks.
Yeah.
I
You're
play
right.
special teams. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
right.
Like that's going to benefit my marketing at the end of the day. So that's why I took in consideration of taking special teams serious and then I also use the anger from me not being on the field and use it on special teams.
A lot of young guys don't understand when you come from high school to college and college to the pros.
Oh, you're going to
That's
play special teams. You're
that's
going to
that's
play special teams.
yeah, point blank period. You're going to play special teams, and if you intend on breaking the starting lineup, that's where
Oh
you're going
yeah,
to earn your place in the
no,
lineup
fact.
is playing
Absolutely.
special teams.
Same thing in the NFL goes. If you, especially if you're an undrafted free agent, your
Yep.
first role is special teams, and then you make your name off of that, and your stock will go up as each day keeps progressing.
And obviously, your story tells young athletes that, hey, for you guys that say, I don't play special teams or I'm not a special teams guy or I don't want to do that. Obviously, your story says, hey, this is how you make your money. If you're not
I
a real
really,
known name or a big commodity, this is how you make your name known. This is
hmm
where you put your name on that map.
yeah,
Is playing special teams and making things happen. Even on the kickoff on your film, you're sprinting down there and you just blast a guy, and helmet comes off and everything. And I mean, again, you're flying around making plays. You're proving that you're worth a coach's time to put into the roster and to find a way to get you on the field. Something I noticed on your film is that you have big playability. You have the ability to stretch the field and go get the big play, go get the big ball. Your height obviously means that you can go up, pretty high as far as vertical jump and things and beat a lot of DBs, even in the back of the end zone, grabbing a ball on that back line of the end zone or things of that nature. And, you obviously see your ability to block, your willingness to block as a receiver. That's a big part of your resume. And that's something I wanted to ensure in your film that we highlight that you're willing, you're able, and when you do block, you're physical at blocking DBs. You're not just kind of patty caking and just trying to hold them up. You're actually trying to get a hold of them and drive them back. And so,
well, now
those are big
I'm getting you
things.
out the club, I'm
Those
taking you to
are
the car.
Yeah, those are big things, on a receiver's resume, and your film obviously says that you have the ability to play at a higher level. Um, Let me ask you this: what was the most memorable part of your college experience as an athlete?
Mm. Um,
Yeah, I got you. Put you on the
yeah,
spot here.
yeah, you did. I mean, like it's a lot to choose from. You know what I'm saying? Of course, everyone loves the camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? Everyone loves being around the team. You know what I'm saying? Coaches, everything, what comes with it. I would say especially at like with Hampton, it would be the when we flew to Chicago and played at Bear Stadium for the Chicago Football Classic. Played against Howard. It was my first time stepping in on the grass of a professional stadium at that. Granted, I didn't get to step on it as many times as I wanted to, but just being in that atmosphere, I took it in. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
it like everything people say, bro, how do you perform with all those people? Those people don't exist when you're on that field.
Yeah, you
That
learn to block that
they'll
out.
come alive after the play, but during the play, it's tunnel vision. You don't see or hear it. Now, if you do see or hear, your mind's not on the game.
Right, you're not focused.
Exactly, you're not focused.
So tell me this: what's your off-season training regimen right now? What does that look like? Take me through a 7-day period, Monday to Sunday. What are we doing? Are we working on speed and agility? Are you working on cardio? You
All
working
right,
on strength and conditioning, field,
gotcha.
fundamentals on the field? What is it that you do every day? Just take me through a day by day and give us a brief breakdown of how you're working right now.
Gotcha. Excuse me. So let's see. Start Mondays. Mondays are straight line speed days. You know what I'm saying? More working straight line speed, working those 5 to 10. You know what I'm saying? Those 5 to 10 yard increments. Um, Tuesdays is more lateral movement. You know what I'm saying? Or I say horizontal movement. Yeah, horizontal movement
Okay.
and stuff like that. Change the direction. And then Wednesdays is change the direction. But also during those days, we incorporate a lot of other work to like core stability. You know what I'm saying? Isometrics, everything. It's a lot that we do. To be honest, it changes every day, and that's the good thing about working at APEC. Like they're like the trainers and everything. They're always trying to find something to do something to evolve their training as well. You know what I mean? So the stuff that we do, the different stuff is it may look weird, but come to game time and we're going to be in those same exact positions during in the game. You know what I'm saying? So they're putting us in game like positions to build strength and speed and endurance to win. For instance, when you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the game, you know what I'm saying, it's nothing. For instance, y'all remember when Pat Mahomes threw that football that pass when he was parallel with the ground. Come to find out, him and Bobby Stroop, which is the owner of APEC, worked on that. And it just comes to find out that it happened in the game. We practice, you know what I'm saying? Just practice game scenarios and you go, you know what I'm saying, and take off with that. But as far as like Thursday, Friday, that's all power days. Sled pools. We got ice like 5 minute, 3.5, 5 minute increment, ISO holds, lunges, you name it. And then also on top of that, I do auxiliary work as far as like position workouts. I'll do top of my route training. I'll do single leg push offs, like simulate my releases. You know what I'm saying? Toe taps, catches. You know what I'm saying? Rice bucket, everything. And the course film study. Always gotta get mental reps. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's been a while since I've been on the field, I always take mental. Like if I'm not in the training room or I'm at work, I'm in my room on YouTube looking at one-on-one matchups, looking at coverages. You know what I'm saying? And you name it, I'm looking at it. Another thing I would love to better myself as a professional athlete, as a football player, is reading disguise coverages. I would say that reading how to disguise, how the defense disguises coverage and what's really the main coverage and what you know what I'm saying portrays to look like.
Well, you just read my mind. You just took my thunder there. I was getting ready to ask you that very question. You just went ahead and answered it. So I appreciate that. You've obviously got that telepathy and that psychic ability down, because I was getting ready to ask you, what is it that Lorenzo feels like as an athlete he needs to work on to become a better athlete, to become a professional athlete? But you went right into that. So I really do appreciate that. So since you've done that, now I'm going to throw a little bit of a curveball.
All right.
Talk to me about community service. Are you involved in any kind of community service projects right now? Are there things that you want to become involved in? Are there certain causes that maybe are more near and dear to you that you feel like, hey, when I get this chance, I'm gonna do something really big with this? Talk to us a little bit about that.
As of right now, no, because I just made a year moving out here to Dallas. I relocated for training wise, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But I always want to give back. You know what I'm saying? The children is the future. You know what I'm saying? I used to coach. I used to coach Pop Warner. I love making that connection and teaching the people my knowledge, the knowledge that was given to me. You know what I'm saying? And just giving it to them to better them. You know what I mean? I remember one day I came back to my high school. We had a Friday game. So I was able to make it back for that Friday night game as well. I went to the old head coach and I was like, hey, I see this and I see that. I told the receiver, run this route this way, and he scored right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I'm ready to say, what else can I say about it? Oh yeah. And then I always want to start a nonprofit as far as, you know what I'm saying, kids. Like with me, I have learning disability, ADHD, ADD.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And struggled very much in high school.
I got you.
And college was a breeze to me. To me, college is way more easier than high school.
Wow.
Like with me, I work my best independently. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sit here and tell me read chapters 5 through 6 by myself. What am I learning? You're not teaching. You're not telling me what I'm supposed to be learning. You're just telling me to read.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you elaborate on what I just read and the main details, then I'll be able to learn what I'm reading. You know what I'm saying? And understand everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to make a start. Like I said, start a nonprofit with kids just like me, athletes who have learned disabilities, who are scared to come speak out about it. There's always a way, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's already taken, but I want the slogan or the name to be "There's always a way." Like, you know what I'm saying? There's always a way. No, it doesn't matter how it gets done, how long it takes. As long as it gets done, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And
that's commendable. I'm just going to say, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's extremely commendable that your own life experiences have put you in a place where you recognize the need to give back and help other athletes with those potential stumbling blocks or those disabilities or obstacles to overcome, basically. I commend you for that. A lot of athletes don't take time to think about ways they can give back or ways that they would like to be involved in their community. And I do commend you seriously for taking time to really think about that.
I appreciate
that's
it.
a huge thing.
That's not the only thing either. Like, I plan on starting, having a company especially for inner city community kids who that necessarily didn't have a father figure growing up. You know what I'm saying? Necessarily, my biological father came back into my life my senior year of high school. Granted, my stepfather's been there since I was 3. You know what I'm saying? Being able to learn from both of them, you know what I'm saying? I'm truly blessed, you know what I'm saying? But I know there's a lot more people who grow up in single mom homes who don't have that father figure. I know so many Division I athletes right now that are on the corner. And if they had mentorship and someone to lead them in the right direction, they will be changing their families' lives forever. You know what I'm saying? So I want to put you know what I'm saying, the younger generation in those situations early, to where they don't go searching, they don't go to the block looking for love. The love's right there, and inside the sport, inside that facility, it's all there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you need, and this is where, like, going into me when my career is all said and done, me coaching, I'm going to be that player's coach. You want to talk to me about personal issues, we can do that. I can relate. Trust me. Me telling you right now somewhat of my story, I can relate to majority of people. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you my story. You know what I'm saying? We can come together. You know what I'm saying? This is what you need. This is what you need. We come together. We'll find out the solution.
Lorenzo, let me ask you something. And this is a question I ask every client. We talk about it in every interview, but just listening to you talk and the things you've elaborated on, how important is it to you what a professional team / organization, the coaches, the teammates, the staff, the front office staff, the trainers, doctors, etc. How important is it to you what they think of you, not only as an athlete, but as a human being, as a person? And how important is it to you what the fan base thinks about you?
Like, so yeah, I want GMs, coaches to think highly of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a great person inside and out once you get to know me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm self-centered, I'm humble, I'm funny, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can cheer up a room when it's down. Like, it's a lot. Like, I want GMs and player personnel to carry me with trust and respect. You know what I'm saying? To where they ask me for something, they trust me to get it done. Or they, like, you know what I'm saying, they have a question, they know I'm the right person to come to get the right answer to, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I want them to think it's me as being reliable. I am that type of player to rely on. Like you said, I'm look like let's say look, I'm capable of making those big plays. I do not fold under pressure. I 5 championship games I won by myself. And one was not a playoff game. One was just a regular rival game. But other than that, I won 5 championship games at the last second by myself. I don't. They used to call me clutch back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But that's then. You know what I'm saying? But I when the game's on the line, I show up. I show up from quarter one to quarter four, but a different type of gear shows up when the game's on the line.
I guess that answers my other question was, well, we'll get to that in just a second.
Yeah.
We're getting close to the end here, and I want to ask you real quick. We're gonna kind of throw a little fun question out now. As you play pro ball, you already know, seeing it on TV and things, especially like with the NFL, rookie mini camp, training camp, rookies typically have to do something kind of out of the ordinary, strange, funny activities, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What's your hidden talent? Are you a singer, a dancer, a comedian? What's
I
your
would
hidden
say I'm a Renaissance man.
Okay.
I can do a little bit of all. I can keep it toned. I got a little rhythm up in me. You know what I'm saying? I could do it. I got a little comedian. I can impersonate. I can do a little something. You know.
Okay. All right. I got you. Well, listen, we're about at the end of this, and I really appreciate everything. I appreciate you taking this time on a late Saturday night to sit down and talk with me, let people get to know you and hear some of your thoughts on different topics. Um, I'm going to turn the floor over to you right here. Any coach, scout, general manager, player personnel director that may or may not be watching, any team that's looking and potentially interested in you, here's your chance to sell yourself. Tell.
You there? Shannon, you there? Okay. All right. Well, he's having technical difficulties, but I think I know what he was talking about as far as a question. So I'm gonna answer it. Uh, I want GMs and everybody to know what they're getting. I'm a complete receiver through in and out. Um, I can get it done. Like I said, I put my hand in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm very versatile. I'm a great human being, great locker room guy inside and out. You know what I'm saying? I lead by action, also can lead by words. You know what I'm saying? Great, just overall a great person. You know what I'm saying? A great person to a team, any roster, locker room. You're going to get a great football player when it comes to me. You know what I'm saying? You'll get someone who's very interactive, who wants to give back, community service by any means to help the organization out. I will do that. Um, Overall, just love the game of football and what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? The camaraderie, just learning new terms, like new fundamentals, new things to elevate my game. Like I'm all for it. I'm a sponge. I'm ready to learn. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to learn. I'm ready to elevate my game to the next level. So those who are willing to take a chance on me, I will greatly appreciate it. And you will not, trust me, you will not be unsatisfied. You will be more than satisfied. You will ask yourself, where was this on your film? Why didn't I see this before? Strictly because I've been overlooked and people don't know how hard I've been working outside of this screen right here. Yes, I say that's about it. genuine person.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. We've had some technical difficulties, both on my side and Lorenzo's side. But Lorenzo finished the interview and answered the last question. I want to thank him for taking time out again to talk to us and come on this late in the evening and do this interview. For any coach, scout, general manager, player personnel director that might be interested in offering an opportunity to Lorenzo, please DM us here on Facebook. You can email us at hg1, that's the number 1, at hgsportsscouting.com. You can also find Lorenzo's profile on our website at hgsports with an S, scouting.com, and click on professional prospects. Find his name, click on it, and his profile will open up and his film will be there. This interview will be there, and all his information. His social media pages are tied to that profile page as well. You can find us on Twitter at Hidden Gems, GEMZ SCTNG. You can find us on Instagram at HGEMZ, that's HGEMZ SCTNG19. And you can find us here on Facebook at HG Sports Scout. Please let us know if there's an interest in Lorenzo. He is a free agent looking for an opportunity at the arena, indoor, or overseas level. He's hoping to one day climb the ladder and hopefully gain the attention of the XFL, the CFL, the potentially USFL, and possibly one day the NFL. So again, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And everyone have a good night and have a good rest of your weekend.